Hi students, this is Suchadata teaching economics to class 11 and here I am with the statistical portion and teaching the 5th chapter, and the name of the chapter is measures of central tendency. Now first of all try and understand as to what is central tendency. Central tendency is the central value or the representative value of a series, meaning to say either we take the central value or the representative value which we find out by different methods is called as the central tendency system. And why should we have the central value or central tendency? Why should we know it? What is the purpose behind finding out as to the central tendency of the series? The first is that this gives a brief description of the series. For example, if there are 50 students in a class, it is very difficult to remember the marks of all the 50 students. But when we have the central value, when we have the representative value, then we easily can guess as to what are the marks of the students, and thus it is giving us the brief description of the marks of the students in a class. The second purpose is for comparison. When we have the central tendency or when we have the central value, it is very easy for us to compare. For example, if the central value of the students of class A is 20 and of the students of class B is 40, we will be able to make the comparison easily that this is a brighter class than this class. That is, section B is brighter than section A. Thus, for any kind of comparisons, it is very essential that we have the central value of the series. Third is for the formulation of policies. When we have the central value, that is the time we will be able to formulate our policies on that basis. For example, if I see that the central value or the average marks of the students in maths is less and in say English is more, or likewise, then it is very easy for me to make the policies in such a manner that more importance is given to the students in the subjects wherein they have scored less. Thus, it is essential for the formulation of policies in future use. Next is statistical analysis. When I have to make some kind of statistical analysis that is for further use, it is very essential that I have the representative value or the central value, because an ungrouped data or raw data is not easy to handle, and thus by these statistical analysis which we have to do, we must have the representative value of the series, as we cannot take into account the entire values of all the students. Next is one value for all. It truly represents the marks obtained by the students in the class. Thus, one value itself represents for all the students. As I said, the central tendency is finding out the central value, and to find out the central value there are three statistical tools which are mean, median and mode, which we are going to study in detail. And first of all, we will be studying about the mean central tendency. That is, mean is in fact a method or the simple average of all the values. This is frequently used and it is such that it can be used by all of us and with excellent results. When we will be studying about the mean, median and mode, we shall be taking into account three kinds, and which are the simple and the continuous and the discrete series, or as I say, the individual series, the discrete series and the continuous series of all the mean, median and the mode.